Hello, everyone, and welcome to C tier game. Oh, that's as far as the microphone's gonna go. Okay.
Here, run that back.
C tier gaming.
No,
Welcome back.
Run it back. Run it back. Run it back.
Welcome back to C tier gaming.
We're playing more Arceus today.
Woohoo! Yeah, baby.
We did some mining off camera. We got like 5 stacks of diamonds. Don't question where they came from.
Yeah.
No, but
Well,
for real though.
I got lots of the nuts. I nutted a lot to get all my Pokeballs. Nutted to get the ball, you get it. Haha. All right. And I replaced Scyther, if that's his name, with
Scyther.
Gabite, the Alpha Gabite that we caught,
which can evolve.
And we're gonna evolve him. That's how we're gonna start the episode. I didn't want to evolve him until we started the episode, but now we have Garchomp, and Andrew has agreed. Okay.
Oh yeah. I'll go since I realized that I was backseating a tad bit too much.
A tad.
Just a little bit. Just a slight smidge.
Right.
Just a slight little tiny bit of a smidge. So I am no longer going to be doing that. I will let Ben go unless there is something that he feels that he wants help with. There are some things I might just straight up veto. Like if you tried using that Gibble with the attack lowering nature. That one, that's not going. But something I should say.
Also, there's this going on, an outbreak. So I've been just catching Pokemon.
Not backseating, but you should show off the Alpha Garchomp that you just evolved.
Ooh!
Look at this
the big
guy.
Oh my gosh!
Look at that guy.
That's funny. Alright, that's a...
Look at that dude.
Penny fears no man.
A really, really strong Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of really, really strong Pokemon, have you been keeping up with a brand new Pokemon game that just dropped in between recording sessions? Pokemon Champions.
Vaguely.
Okay, so why is Gastrodon on a rant? Raft.
We've had this discussion. I need to catch more of these guys. So yeah, yes. I've just been catching these guys. So we're just trying to get... We did some catching Pokemon off camera as well. Nothing crazy. Just a couple alphas. Just so that we don't have to sit through 20 more episodes of me grinding for 5-star. So we should be getting it guaranteed this episode.
Yeah. So Pokemon Champions just dropped. And Pokemon Champions has been announced that is the format going forward. That competitive Pokemon VGC will be ran on. It will no longer be on Scarlet and Violet. It'll be on Pokemon Champions, potentially after the release of Generation 10, but more than likely just until Generation 10 releases, right? So, yeah. Pokemon Champions is dropped. And there's some problems.
Oh, yeah?
So first of all, question is, how do you hold on to how many Pokemon can you have in the game? If you have a competitive Pokemon game, how many Pokemon do you think you should be able to hold on to at one time, Ben?
I feel trapped. 50. What do you mean?
In this game, you have all of your box space, right? You have your main Pokemon of Team 6.
Yeah.
Pokemon team of 6.
Uh-huh.
And you also have your box storage system where you can hold a lot of Pokemon.
Uh-huh.
How many do you think, including including your team and including your box, how many Pokemon do you think you should be allowed to hold at one time on this game for competitive Pokemon?
I mean, at least 50.
You know how many is included for the free?
I'm gonna guess
for the free trial.
12.
20. You are allowed 20 Pokemon, unless you buy the Battle Pass. In which case, if you buy the Battle Pass, you can have up to 80.
Ooh, 80.
Yes.
I can't. So, I love that. A paywall.
So keep in mind, this is the official format that will be used. And if you go to Pokemon tournaments, you can actually get the game on your phone, same account, same box and everything, and you can play unofficial events on your phone instead of having to get a Switch, which is nice. That's cool and all. So we're gonna play Pokemon Champions on our phone. If you buy the subscription, you can have up to 80. How do you feel about a Pokemon game in which you don't actually have all the items in the game, all the held items? There's a lot that are missing.
Oh,
and Pokemon availability is scarce.
No, that's not good. No, David, I don't like this. No, I don't like this at all.
Yeah, so there's bugs.
Okay,
like in the case of certain moves just not wanting to work, certain exploits, certain things like that. And there are bugs that don't work, and they limit the Pokemon you're actually able to obtain in the game. So most of the time you have to transfer them from a game into Champions, which I might be wrong on this. I don't think is available yet on home. Might be wrong. I might be wrong. You might be able to put Pokemon from home into Champions. I actually haven't checked that. But that is going to be a feature if you can move Pokemon in and out of the game with home, which is why people are saying there's only 20 available slots for free, because you can just move. You can just move Pokemon in and out with Pokemon Home, and you have like so much storage available in home. So that's what people are saying. But yeah, very limited held items. Very limited. There's Pokemon if you transfer. You can transfer Pokemon because I saw someone transfer in a Arcaludon, and one of the moves it had on it from Scarlet and Violet was illegal because the move didn't. It existed as like, hey, this is a move, but you can't actually use it in Pokemon Champions. So that was a really neat feature. Bugs, like I said, and this is reminding me of a certain other Pokemon application of a Pokemon Trading Card Game Live. The Pokemon Trading Card Game Live has existed for about...
Everyone buckle up.
4.5 years?
We're going to be... Oh, and he's dead. Whoopsie.
I want to say like 4.5 years. So it's been a minute. Keep in mind, when they introduced Pokemon Trading Card Game Live, they fully old yellered Trading Card Game Online, which is a very, very functional game. If anyone reported a bug, that bug was usually fixed within 24 hours. It was a very, very good, well put together game.
Right.
But they shot it down and replaced it with a worse game. And you'd think like, okay, maybe they want to start monetizing the game, and they didn't. There are no microtransactions on Live. So they turned a free client into a free client, but the problem is the second free client doesn't work.
Well, if you buy the battle pass, it'll work.
They actually had battle passes, but
Wait,
it was
they do.
for a premium currency, but the premium currency wasn't obtainable with actual money. It was a premium currency you did have to earn.
I mean, on one hand, I like that.
Which is nice, but they did have... So it's not like that, like, oh yeah, if you buy the battle pass, because like that didn't actually do anything. The problem, though, is Live's been out for 4.5 years, and it's been a broken game for 4.5 years. So they released this game, and it just straight up doesn't work. So now they release Champions, and believe it or not, Champions just straight up doesn't work.
Right.
So I've been seeing some cope on Twitter of people being like, guys, don't worry. I think that Pokemon is going to fix Champions. And more than likely, yes, because this is actually... It's not like you pull up to a Pokemon Regional and you guys are competing on Trading Card Game Live. They are actual cards. They're actually using Champions in, like, I'm pretty sure Worlds of this year.
Really?
And there are microtransactions. So more than likely it will be fixed. Because how embarrassing would it be if this game-breaking exploit or glitches or lack of items happened at Worlds?
I don't know, Andrew. Like, I agree with you, but at the end of the day, like, do they really care? Like, they made their money.
That's what I'm concerned about. And there's a lot of cope. A lot of... you know, maybe
It's
they'll
the guy
fix it.
sitting in the corner like, Pokemon Champions isn't bad. Pokemon Champions isn't bad.
There's a lot of cope of they're gonna fix it and things are gonna be great, but I don't know. And honestly, who's to say? Because they've been saying the same thing about Pokemon Trading Card Game Live for 4.5 years.
Yeah.
And Live just like bothers me to such a degree because I try like going on there. I'm like, I'm gonna play this this funny deck on Live, right? So I make the deck on Live, and I go and there is a ranked system, but the ranked system doesn't actually matter. I haven't played on Live like consistently in like a year. I've played every once in a while, but like not like consistently. So I'm like bottom rank, right? So I'm like, I'm going to play some games, and it's like, okay, we're gonna put you in like the middle ranks, push you against like the middle ranks.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, but then why have this at all, right? Why have the system? And I'll play against these random people, and they're like, here's this random deck that you've never seen in your life that's 60 random cards. And it's like, is this even like a real? Am I even playing against a real person right now?
Oh, I see.
It's just 60 random cards. Doesn't matter. I try playing like with like actual cards, but then the game breaks, or the game crashes. They had,
and then they make you forfeit.
Most of their updates that they do, most of their updates, in order to actually update the game, they don't push like a little like update pop up and it'll load and then just like add the content to your game. You have to fully reinstall the entire game.
Really?
For updates, half the time they figure it out and actually have like a proper.
Half the time they figure it out. Hey, Steve's not in the office, so you're just gonna have to reinstall the whole game. Okay.
Yeah, genuinely how it feels.
Cool boy. Electric.
You're not gonna believe me when I say this is the ground type.
What do you mean?
And
scream.
You lived.
That's so freaking also Kato. There you go. I put the action order there. There you go. You're welcome.
Don't use an electric type move. It will have no effect.
What about Thunder Wave?
You cannot paralyze a ground
God,
type.
he's a frog. Why would an electric work?
Because it's a ground type. He's a ground type frog. It doesn't matter if he's a frog.
But frogs are wet.
It's not very effective. Why? Okay, never mind. Never mind.
He was dead anyways.
Myself.
He was dead anyways. This game sucks. Pokemon, fix your game. Make Croagunk a water type.
Why?
Because he's a frog!
And?
Frogs live in water! That's like... What do you mean? Don't give me that look. Frog water. Water type.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
You're telling me that frogs should not be a water type.
No.
And he's dead. Fuck. Keep going on with your stupid fucking...
Live is stupid, and I hope for the sake of everyone who plays VGC.
He's so big.
I hope that for the sake of everyone who plays Champions, that it ends up being a functional game. But you know what is a functional game?
What?
Pokemon Showdown. So Pokemon Showdown. You ever heard Pokemon Showdown?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is the browser game that you can install like an actual like client on your computer for it to run it, but it is fully available in browser to play, where you make a team of 6 and you compete against people. What's also available is random battles, where both people are given random teams of 6 Pokemon with like varying levels from like 85 to 95, and then you just go against each other, and it's really fun.
That is fun. I've seen like clips and stuff on the internet of people using really stupid like gimmick.
I just saw a clip on that like that, where it was like some child using 6 like legendary Pokemon versus some dude with like 6 babies. And of course, the guy with the 6 babies wins.
Yeah,
because he has more than like 3 functioning brain cells.
I really want. I think it'd be cool to catch him.
Yeah, I was teaching the other night, and it was a very
I actually caught him. I'm genuinely surprised. Anyways,
and here comes Trogon with the steel chair.
All right, we're gone.
That's really like a small person with ODM gear taking down a Titan.
Oh, yeah. We're gonna learn to get back.
Aaron trying to take down the colossal Titan
by himself. Frame
but,
one.
But imagine if it actually worked though. That's what just happened.
Yeah. Attack on Titan would be a really interesting.
Yeah.
My coworker and I just finished that show.
Oh.
He really liked it.
It's fire.
It's like, I will say, we are getting a little off topic. I'll let you get back to it.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I love rewatching it. I don't know how many more times I can rewatch it though before all the magic is gone. You know what I mean? Because like you're so focused on like the show and the story the first 2 or 3 times, and like all the things you missed. But by the 4th time, you already know everything, and then you start noticing like animation stuff and like just like things that are not quite polished. But like you don't see that at all the first time because you're so focused on the story and how good of a show it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then I like recently learned of like it actually had a really difficult like production pretty much the whole way
with
through.
Wit. So
Wit and Mappa, like Mappa, yeah.
I actually got to learn a lot, or actually not had to, but I actually learned a lot about Attack on Titan because, and I'm not saying this to take the conversation to One Piece, but Wit, the company who made the first 3 seasons of Attack on Titan, is the studio who's making the first the One Piece anime remake.
Oh, really?
And here's the problem: this remake was announced 3 years ago, right?
Uh-huh.
The trailer they announced it with was a bunch of character sketches where it was a colored image of like the character with a bunch of like sketches in the background. They did that for like Luffy, Zoro, Usopp, and all that. They just released a new trailer. It's the same trailer from 3 years ago. People are terrified. But
oh my gosh.
because of that, people were like, oh, it's Wit's production issues because Wit always has production issues when they're making stuff, but usually turns out all right. And I saw most of the time that like we're seeing Attack on Titan, it's uploads from the DVD versions. Have you ever seen images of like the original?
I've seen
because it was rough.
Yeah,
and I didn't even realize that. But you look back at Wit when they first like released the show, and it was kind of scary.
Yeah, I also think I don't know if because I watched it through Hulu, so I don't know if I think they didn't do the Blu-ray edition like they did like the original, at least for like when Mappa took control. Because there's definitely some scenes where I'm like, interesting. But it's because like Mappa was overworked and like they were given like an abysmal amount of time to work on it. That's a lot of guys.
A lot of barboach.
I think this should do it.
Let's hope.
I think it is. $4,000 equates to about 200 points.
5 more points.
Oh my gosh. I just put this guy in a Pokeball.
140. 250. You got 450 points.
Let's go. Finally.
5th star member.
Splendiferous day results. Yeah. So next time on C Tier Gaming, I'm
gonna talk about some showdown random. Actually, maybe not, but random battles are fun. You guys should play random battles on Showdown. If I'm talking about that next time, Ben shot me and told me not to. But they're fun. They're a really good time. Best way I've ever played Pokemon. That stuff was addicting.
Do drugs. Do them now. Do them now.
Better than drugs.
That's how you're describing it.
Reading your opponent like a book, better than drugs. Getting read like a book, driving off the nearest cliff. Anyways, next time we'll probably go to the next area. We'll see you guys then.
All right. See you later.